Welcome back to another edition of Fly Tying with Jim Misiura. Today I'm going to tie a olive CDC Wonderbug. This is a size 18. The hook is a standard dry fly hook. I'm going to use 16-aught black thread. We're going to bring the thread back to the rear of the hook. The Wonderbug originally uses deer hair for the wing, but I'm going to use CDC for the wing on such a small fly and to get the proper color on an olive. We have the thread at the back. We're going to take a cream, like kind of a tannish cream, Z-Lon, or you can use regular Antron, but you only want a small amount, small thickness for this size 18. I'm going to cut this, and I want this to be about 2 times the length of the hook. So I have my Antron cut. Now I'm going to just kind of maybe move it back and forth with my fingers just to get the ends uneven. We don't want evened up ends. We're going to go ahead and we're going to tie this down. You want that hanging off the end about maybe half the hook shank. We're going to take this and bring this up to about 1 eye length from the eye of the hook. And we want to keep that on top. So I'm going to hold it on top with every wrap. And we're going to bring our thread back. Now I'm going to put calabatus dubbing on, nice dark olive dubbing. And we want this dubbing, we want very small amount of this dubbing. You want enough to just change the color of the thread. And we're going to go ahead and start wrapping that. I'm going to go back first until I get to the back, and then I'm going to bring that forward. And that little bit of extra helps to make a little bit of a taper on there. Now we're going to take that Antron, we're going to fold it back, and we're going to push it forward. There's a couple small ones there, but we're going to push that forward and make a little bit of a loop there. Trim off them couple small ones there. I'm going to pull that and wrap tight against that loop to make it stand up. Now for the legs, I'm going to use dark Woodduck flank feathers. You want the darkest ones you could get. And I'm just taking maybe about a half a dozen of them. We're going to tie these on underneath. I'm going to start them out on the far side of the hook, and when I wrap them, it should pull them right underneath. I'm going to get a couple of wraps on there, and I'm going to pull them to length. Go ahead and trim off that excess. Get my thread right back to that loop. Now we're going to take our wing, and that is slate gray dubbing, and I have 3 feathers here. I'm going to lay that on top, and you want that wing to be just the length of the body. Gonna hold that all in there. Give them a few wraps. Gonna lift it up. I'm gonna put a couple of wraps in front of it and form the head at the same time. I'm going to go ahead and trim off the excess CDC feather. And we'll leave that extra little bit on there for the head. And now it'll be pretty tough to use a whip finish, so I'm going to use a half hitch tool. Just slide that right underneath. Whoop. Just going to slide that off right underneath that head. Then we can trim that off. And make sure everything is proper. Got our little legs good. Now I'm going to turn that over and put a little bit of dubbing or a little bit of head cement on the underside. And here we have a size 18 CDC Olive Wonderbug. Hope that you learned something from this video. Hope you would subscribe to my channel. Please refer me to your friends. Leave comments, questions, suggestions, and most of all, thank you very much.